Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a free game showcase, the first game being a 4 vs 4 on Fair Abyss Plateau. Playing on the Ork side, we have got Eliminator, we have got the Kez, we have got Seth, and we have got Scoots. And playing as the Space Marines, we've got Ziliana, we've got Velociraptor, we've got Tizriel, and we have got the Blast Furnace. So from the back shot of the Sunrise Parabellum tournament, I did quite like the format of having like a bunch of kind of shorter games back to back to back. Because you kind of see things that you don't normally really get to, you get to see rushes and strategies and the fast-paced kind of cut and thrust of these shorter games that we used to on the channel a while ago. We used to do games that are about 15 to 20 minutes long, but now we've kind of gone into that more longer form content where you see back and forths and stuff. But yeah, we'll give this a go. So this map is interesting in the sense that it's almost as if like the Orks have had their own kind of encampment. I mean, they're all kind of centered like in the middle. And then you've got the Space Marine doing the old steel rain, dropping off on either side. So no one's sat next to an ally. Everyone's kind of flanked by baddies and goodies alike.
Yes, my lord.
Don't have any major aggression going on at the moment. I imagine the teams will want to work together to try and collapse on each other at the same time. But if you notice that, if you're having a look at the minimap, it's easy to see on the minimap, but like each little section with 2 players in, they're kind of like contained within each other, so it's naturally like a bunch of 1v1s. Oh, look at that, the South Korean flag. And you're going to say, God, what's the other phrase that I know? Odie Hwajang Shilisor. There we go. Look, I still know it, still know all the Korean. I'm fluent, basically, at this point. Got some Slugger Boys being bothered by the White Scars. White Scars are going to try and do some decapping. Not going to bother with them too much.
Position secure.
Over on this side, we've got the Yellow Marines. Which faction are you? Where is... Oh, that's the Orc side. Where's the Space Marine side? You are also... You're just yellow. You're bananas. Okay. So bananas are being pushed back by the South Korean Orks, which is fair enough. The Kez, well known for his love of South Korea. Well, I always thought he was more of a North Korean kind of guy, but you know, swings and roundabouts, as the old saying goes. Big Mac going to get involved. Grots on scout action as some shooter boys are providing some firing support. Slugger Boys over here being outnumbered by the Space Marines. Space Marines will indeed definitely win that. The northern side, God, there's a lot of action going on. Got some Ultramarines being beaten back by some white-haired Orks. Big Mac leading that charge over there, but a lot of Space Marines here. So these guys should be able to defend if this listing post can be upgraded with some shooting gubbins. Bit of a minefield there. And with such a narrow corridor, Space Marines might find it a bit difficult to push forward, should they wish, if that minefield gets completed, which it looks like it will do. We're very careful trying to shoot down those Grots, but the Grots did manage to succeed. With the AoE of that minefield, there will be pushback. Banana Marines have been pushed back all the way into their base, but they're fine, they've got their shooty bits. But only 2 strategic points available for them. Not gone for their relic as of yet. In the centre, we do have some scouts from Blast Furnace firing away at the Slugger Boys who are trying to capture this relic. Probably will not succeed unless, of course, they get reinforcements. It's nice and close to Scoots' base, so not too far away to have to reinforce. But he is being harassed and harried on his right flank by these White Scars. Big Mech trading some fire as he's kind of surrounded by Space Marines at the moment. He's probably teleported in the middle of them.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Yeah, very, very odd kind of way of seeing how things are going. Space Marines with Force Commander on the southern side. More Ultramarines. Can never have enough of these. Again, being bothered by the Grots. But they will be sliced down, no dramas whatsoever. Ultramarines got a good defensive position here now with that upgraded listing post. Orks on the southern side by Eliminator. They've got triple war banners and a listing post next to them. So a good defensive line going on there. I keep on thinking that I can click on this tunnel here. But we're not in campaign mode. Minefield has been destroyed. Force Commander taking the brunt of the damage. Allowing the Space Marines to move forward a bit, but not sure if this is a winning strategy for them. Force Commander being spanked over the lap of that big mech there. And sliding down the side of the mountain. Very unfortunate. Listing post here has yet to be upgraded. And the Orks are moving forward with a sizable amount of shooter boys. No big shooters on them as of yet there. On this side, Blast has caught most of the strategic points. But we are seeing some war banners and a pile of guns as well for, who are you, for Scoots. That's exciting. Ultramarines on the northern side, and... yeah, northern side, Ultramarines are struggling. Southern side, Ultramarines, they're doing alright. Banana Marines, got a good amount of lads. Do have some snipers on the scouts here. In fact, going to go for quadruple snipers. Able to quickly shoot their way through these shooter boys. Rots being chased away. Listing post being focused down on. Will take that down with relative ease. Need some more firepower from the Orc side. Big Mech does teleport in. Will tie up at least one squad, but the Force Commander is inside there as well. Could be a lot for him to take on, especially when he's going to have his morale being damaged by these sniper rifles. Space Marines are just going to charge in. Listening post is going to be instantly upgraded. Well, not upgraded, but it's going to be rebuilt. Over onto this side. The Northern Ultramarines now have the Orcs inside their base. Very difficult situation for them. Scouts over here just kind of sitting around, chilling out, minding their own business. They're like, no, we're not here for war. Leave that to the fully qualified Space Marines. There we go. They're going to get involved. Got an armory, but no upgraded weapons at the moment. Normally you'd go for normally you'd see like some heavy bolters, but obviously that's a tier 2 thing. Maybe a flamer or two might not go amiss here. But at the moment, I imagine... in fact, which one are you? You are Tisrael. Hold on. What kind of economy do you have at the moment? Yeah, you've got no money spare for flamethrowers, so that is fair enough, sir. Fair enough indeed. What's going on the southern side? These Ultramarines are being pushed back. Orcs with their big shooters. Triple on that squad. Triple on this squad, so sextuple. Which is the most erotic sounding kind of combination of numbers. But yeah, that one will go down. Force Commander is going to try and see if he can lead the boys to a glorious charge. Banana Marines over here, they're doing a fairly good job. They've managed to push the Orcs quite far back. Getting those decaps in. This listing post still alive. Grots are just absolutely insane. Server Skull will spot them there. And their life isn't going to... oh no, never mind. They're bobbing and weaving. No one's taking these boys down anytime soon. But the flag goes down. Over on this side, Northern Ultramarines still fighting. They've got more of their lads back. But whether they're able... I mean, oh, mind you, these shooter boys do not have their big shooters yet, so there's still a chance for these guys to hold the line. As long as they focus fire. All's got flame. There we go. Look at that. It's like I almost know how to play the game. But there's a big difference in knowing how, theoretically, and actually playing the damn thing. Don't know if any of you who play in a more casual sense, playing against AI, super chill, super relaxed. The moment you play against an actual real-life human being, all panic sets in. Do have a machine gun over here for Zelana, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Gonna go for those targeting finders. Might be useful as well to get some land speeders. But what economy do you have at the moment? Hold on. Pardon for me giving you vertigo here. Yeah, you've got a bit of green money. Got a little bit of green money. Might be able to get one or two land speeders out, but Orcs so close to your base, you don't know whether having a bit of reserve cash is what you need. These shooter boys now in their war truck and will jump in and jump out. But to try and avoid that fire from the snipers. Have you got your big shooters? Yep, you have got your big shooters. Big mech in there as well. And the Banana Marines are going to be struggling quite significantly here. We'll try and fall back. Got no real damage output to take on that war truck. The scouts over here been chased by one singular slugger boy. But being one-shotted by the listing post there. Over on this side, the White Scars with their chaplain. More snipers. Heavy bolters using their rhino. And for a second, it looked like that big mate was trying to destroy the rhino by throwing a corpse at it, which you can't blame him. Ceramite armor is probably quite heavy, so at least dint the armor. Over on this side, we do have Eliminator with his Orcs coming in. Looks like the Southern Ultramarines are falling somewhat. They're holding on for dear life there. And in a game like this, even if you know you are soon to lose your base and soon to die, if you're able to keep one of the opponents occupied for long enough to maybe potentially give your friends and colleagues time to take on another opponent, that's really what you need. No early surrenders in games like this. If you're going to be a sacrificial lamb, then be the best damn sacrificial lamb you could possibly be. Hellfire Dreadnought out of here. Looking to slap around that war truck. War truck will go back home. Giving these Orks a bit of space to be able to decap things. They don't look like they're going to try and commit to getting that killing blow in there. Do have a tank buster squad in there as well. Over on this side, the Northern Ultramarines are having a little bit of a better time. And all this stuff is free real estate here, if they spot it. And the Ork main base is down here, but they're going to lose a significant amount of spending power if they lose this section. And even, they're even still trying to build up war banners. Seth not going to have a great time here. Flamers opening fire onto those war banners. Banana Marines over here now being harassed and harried by some knobs. Listing post trying to do what it does best. Do have the Force Commander and also the Sergeants upgraded for their plasma pistols. Frag grenades as well, going for the Space Marines. The frag grenades will give them a little bit of space to maneuver, but this is... You need a lot of room to maneuver against a squad of knobs with power claws. I mean, they don't have the power claws, but the knob does. The knob, the big knob. Yeah, backed into a corner. Crumped good and proper. Given not a moment's respite. Yeah, Banana Marines over here. They're trying to get a chapel, but doesn't look all that well. Space Marines on the southern side. Those Ultramarines are going to go down. White Skies over here. It seems like almost universally, with no need for ally assistance, the Orks have kind of just, at the same time, like as if they've got some sort of hive mind, war mind going on, done a universal push with their shooters and their knobs, and now destroying everything in all the bases. It's all down to the plot armor of Tisrael's Ultramarines. Can he weather the storm? Is he in tier 2? He's about to get to tier 2. Well. Better late than never. But let's watch it from his perspective. Oh, look at that. Beaming with green money. Might even have a quick tech to tier 3. Who knows? But yeah, Blast Furnace. Really good push earlier on in the game. Still got the fighting forces, but I mean, just a sheer amount of Orks here. And that one singular squad of tank busters able to really negate a lot of the stuff, like the Hellfire Dreadnoughts and whatnot. You only really need one squad if you've got this amount of boys. I also got Eliminators. Oh, that was... Dear oh dear, one Big Mech zaps the Rhino, another Big Mech teleports in and also zaps the Rhino again. What a emotional journey that Rhino went on. I've got more boys in here. It's just a slaughter. Space Marines fighting to the very last man. No chance of escape. Just absolute carnage. What a bloodbath. One singular servitor. Just trying to mind his own business. In fact, two servitors actually. Hellfire Dreadnought giving these guys the uppercut. And now, alas, it is just... Because, yeah, the Banana Marines have gone. So now it's just the Ultramarines. With this killer can that's just kind of nonchalantly walking past. Giving them the old shuffle as he Mr. Crab walks around. Blast goes down, and now it is just Tisrael. The boys in blue, what can they do? Well, they're going to go for a machine cult. They're going to stand their ground. One Space Marine being sliced and diced like a fine piece of meat by this killer can. The killer can Beyblades about. Space Marines at the moment don't really have anything. Oh no, they've got one missile launcher now. Now if they can bash it in close combat with it. Nothing more masculine than hitting something with a rocket with your bare hands. But if they're struggling with one killer can, what will happen when the rest of the boys come out? Watch it, just get nice and snug. Just parking. Kind of like when you go to a car park and it's very busy. You see loads of spaces available, but can you really turn? Can you get securely parked with enough room to get out your driver's seat? At least I imagine that's what the water truck was thinking. But another water truck comes in. It's a free-for-all. There's no parking fee. They've paid their council tax. They've got their rights. They've got their little tax disc in the side of the car. They're totally fine. Alright, so that was a resounding Orc win. So let's move on to the next game. Alright, so Game 2, Electric Boogaloo. We are on Payne's Retribution, and on the northern side we have got Scoots as the Imperial Guard, we've got Jagus as the Sisters of Battle, and we've got Paul Sack as the Necrons. And then on the southern side we've got the Kez 1998, gotta imagine being that young, as the Sisters of Battle. We have got Tox as the Imperial Guard, and we have got Velociraptor as the Dark Eldar. So there's been an interesting debate in the Mr. Landshark Discord regarding the effectiveness of the Necrons. So we'll have to keep our eye out on Mr. Sack, see how he does. Won't go into it because it's probably borderline bullying if I mention it on this video here. But it's just an interesting little debate, interesting little back and forth, shall we say, whether they can contribute to their composition, which is what Sisters. If they've got the Faith abilities, probably Seraphins for harassment, yeah, that's what they're going to go for. Imperial Guard for defensive reasons, Infantry Command being popped around this side here. Dark Eldar, they're going to go for a Dark Foundry. So I imagine they'll also be harassing, so if the Sisters are also going... Oh no, they're not going to... Oh yeah, they are going to go for Seraphins. So double Seraphins and a Dark Foundry, that's quite a lot of harassment for the southern team. Whether they go for anything, are you just... you're going to build Homunculus Laboratory, you're not going to go for any Hellions. Mandrakes for capping everything, and save that money for later. Okay. I get you, fam. I understand what you're saying. As the kids say, I could pick up what you're putting down. We do have a turret being popped up over here. Seraphins will spot these guys. And dear oh dear, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. Necrons really struggle. No, I won't. I'll resist it. I will resist the meme. If you don't know what the meme is, have a look at the Discord. Links in the description. Mr. Landshark server, where all the fun things happen. Go red on black. It's like a deck of cards. Seraphins versus Seraphins. Jagus bringing out the double ladies. As the Kez only got the single ladies. Oh no, never mind. The single ladies have become the double ladies. And now it's just a dance between two disparate groups. There's some Necrons coming over here. And they're contributing something. They're certainly adding their Gorse Flayers to the vibes. Some guardsmen charging into close combat, trying to prevent who is in this area. What's going on? You have got... Who are you fighting? Oh, you've got guardsmen on either side, right. I was like, why are the guardsmen attacking themselves? But no, they are different guardsmen, yellow guardsmen and purple guardsmen. Some mandrakes in there as well, just to be a bit of a nuisance. But yeah, these yellow guardsmen aren't going to really do all that much when they've got their infantry command right up here. Nice little bit of overlap as well, should anyone trying to ignore them. A bright red Reaver jet bike, in fact double Reaver jet bikes. Trying to get some harassment in there. Probably want to focus on the right hand side where things are a little bit more vulnerable. You see listening posts being popped up over here by the Kez, but the Necrons will say no thank you, please go away. One Builder Scarab trying to sneak around, maybe a potential cheeky turret. Way would fit one in there, I'm not entirely sure, but we shall see. A fleet of jet bikes coming in. And the Imperial Guard having remarkably low individual model health. Will be cut down relatively okay by the Reaver jet bikes. Gotta wait for their tier 2 targeting modulator, whatever you call their firing upgrade thing, but before then, just add loads of them. More is better. Point of excess is the way forward. Guardsmen will be pushed all the way back to their infantry commands. Yellow Guardsmen using that space to push forward. And did the Basilisk do anything? Or have you just been seen? Or just hiding around somewhere? Never mind, they probably had an idea. Got a big backhand from that Necron warrior there. Seraphins will be able to win this, I think. Especially if you get the second squad in. There we go. Able to stay out of ranged combat. Oh, sorry, close combat for these Necrons. They've got the numerical superiority. Able to use their firing backwards mechanic to full effect. Got a cannon S coming out. Do you have your Inferno pistol? Can I see it? Yes, you do. Okay. Inferno pistol, amazing at taking out heavy infantry. I also think it does a fair bit of damage against the Reaver jet bikes as well, if memory serves. To me, there's no saying I've got vehicle armor, but when you've got vehicle armor on 400 health, you do have vehicle armor. A big push forward. Lovely working together. These two harassment forces. Gonna move straight in. Get some killing done. The guardsman has dropped. Ha! That's not great. So now it's just 2v3. That's fine. Not sure why this game was submitted, but I'm here now. And my new rule of not worrying about people dropping in games and having to start again. I have a limited amount of time to do this. It is a match showcase after all, so I'm sure something interesting happens. Reaver jet bikes and Seraphins bringing up that defense or assault, whichever noun you want to use there. But we've got some Immortals now, and the Immortals will certainly cause these Reaver jet bikes a bit of an issue. Seraphins now going to turn their attention over onto this side. Guardsmen far away from their defensive structures will be taken down. Are you on tier 2 yet, young man? Yes, you are on tier 2, so the Commissar can inspire the boys should he require. But nope, he's going to go into their base and hide, which is fair enough. The southern side got some red Seraphins, been chased by some red Reaver jet bikes. And realistically, yeah, these ladies can jump out the way, but the overall movement speed advantage goes to the jet bikes. It will catch you eventually. You can't run away from all your problems, young ladies, although you can certainly try. Also got Hall of Blood on the way. There we go, Reaver targeting module soon to pop. Seraphins keeping that pressure on as the missionary falls back somewhat. The Seraphins not quite able to really get in there, but they're at least denying this area to the northern team, preventing them from building up any, well, from capturing any strategic points. And in area denial, the Seraphins are pretty good. Got a lot of Immortals over here. We'll be able to out-DPS the repairing speed of the Ecclesiarchal Servitor. But can they do it while being fired from the backside by the Seraphins? Seraphins also going to try and stop these Basilisk from building up this Ghost turret. Using flaming good stuff from the... Have you got a little badge on? Ah, it's a little love heart. I like that. Very cute. Very Hello Kitty-esque. Angelic Visage increasing the overall DPS of the Seraphins. And also making the lasagna on the floor quite happy by the looks of things. But more Ghost turrets from the Necrons. He's just in a defensive kind of mind frame. But the northern team can't settle up north for too long. I mean, the Kez has got a grand total of 3 listing posts that all... Well, one's tier 2. I imagine the other ones can be upgraded in a moment's notice. Velociraptor with their strategic point there as well. So they can't sit there for long. But in saying that, the northern team do have the numerical advantage of having 3 players in total. So, hard to say who has the advantage in the grandest scheme of things. Have a quick look at the economies. It's 74 and 66, 74 and 30, and 60% and 70, compared to 150 and 152 and 30, and 110 and 53. So yeah, definite economic advantage down south, but we've got 3 economies up north. And I imagine well that these guys can also capture... Yeah, there we go. They can capture the stuff that our teammates left over, so it's not the be-all and end-all until you get to that late stage of the game, where everyone's able to maximise their squad cap. Got more Ghost turrets, got Celestians. The Morsels now finally cracking down on this side of the map. Got some Celestians of the Khazad there. But now for Ghost turret being placed up, we've got a second one on the way as well. And just melter guns and multi-melters. Wraith trying to come in and tie up these Celestians, but not really doing all that much. Chimera dropping off some boys with plasma guns. And yeah, the plasma guns are exactly what the Doctor ordered here. Whether they'll be able to withstand the Reaver jet bike fire. Gotta watch out for that Confessor as well. He's got that big smite. I always forget what the Confessor smite is called. But if the Archon can get his Leech Life ability, which stuns the Guardsman in place, allows the Confessor to move up forward, and does a big stun. Will require these guys to communicate quite effectively there.
5 minutes until taking hold victory.
But I do also imagine that these guys are probably playing on voice chat, which the UK Soulstorm Discord will also be linked in the description below. Should this be something that you're quite interested in if you want to play with the boys? We've got a Mist Landshark Discord server, which is generally friendly, all good times, and then if you want a little bit of spice, want some memes or some memes, and the UK Soulstorm server is the place to be. Warbeast pack on the way out. Everyone taking the space cocaine. Celestians over here being stunned. The Warbeast coming in. Make short work of those Celestians. And with the Archon having 4 Incubi, look how long that stun lasts for. Got some acid coming on down here. Forcing the Basilisk to move out of the way. In fact, let me tilt my camera so we can actually see things a little bit better. Confessor throwing down a big smite there. Killing a lot of dudes. And yeah, just a sheer amount of sisters and misters pushing up north. Good, the Basilisks some scoots. He's doing a great old job. But I mean, if I was a Basilisk firing point blank against a Warp Beasts, I would not feel all that confident. But yeah, really good use of the combat drugs. They're able to affect literally everyone. That push was quite something. Soulstorm just been popped. I mean, even the Archon's just walking through it. He doesn't care. He'll take the damage. Do have tier 3 on the way for Paul Sack. Heavy weapons team here, hiding behind their beanbags. Hopefully no one will notice them. Oh dear, they noticed them. That's not what you want. Moore's not having really anything vehicular to fire at. A lot of money being invested in these guys, but no targets for them really, which is a shame. This Celestian's been stunned once again. That cooldown, the Archon. I also imagine that the number of Incubi also reduces the cooldown for his abilities. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on anything. There's a Pariah's coming out. Say hello. What's the plan for you guys? Just Basilisks firing away. In fact, more Basilisks. Probably an idea would be some Hellhounds. Oh, an Earthshaker round. Nice. Look at the sheer amount that got killed there. Thought that actually changes things. That might actually be enough to change how this battle goes, because the Sisters are now more or less knocked out of the fight. Can the Necrons and the Imperial Guard and Jaegus, I say his name like as if he is a faction in Warhammer 40k. But yeah, yeah, not bad at all. It's pretty good. The Celestians down here, they have regrouped somewhat. The Pariahs aren't giving them a moment's respite. Archon looking like he's about to lose himself there. On managing to get that leech something, whoever was leeching there, whatever that ability was. Pariahs overextending a bit. Needed to bring them back, really. Got a Vindicare Temple on the way. Reaver jet bikes. They've got such a small window of opportunity, the Reaver jet bikes. Is that, though? Another one. Good stuff. Yeah, but, yeah, because, like, what is it? They get their targeting modules when they're in Tier 2. And Dark Eldar tend to get Tier 2 a little bit quicker, or they tend to engage you with it a little bit before everyone else. Oh, what? Oh, they're going to defend the crits. Boo! Stale boo! Ah. They couldn't win with the push, so they're going to win with the camping. We've got 48 seconds to hold it. Can they do it? Immortals still being reinforced to maximum numbers. Still no tanks really for them to fire at, although I suppose they've now got listing posts. Well, listing posts are not the focus here. You need to get down and dirty with some of these critical locations. Prize are going to move in, but you guys do not decap. That's not what you do. Do you have a Wraith on the way? Do we? We've got some Wraiths. Oh, some fellow scavs coming around on this side. Kassakin's been stunned down there. Oh, it does not look like it. That is emotional. These Basilisk have also been stunned. Oh, wow, that was, you know what? I was worried that when that Imperial Guard player dropped, I was just like, oh no, it must have been sent the wrong replay, but no, that was blooming well exciting, showing the skills of the Southern players being able to make use of those additional listing posts for their economy and stuff. But yeah, that Earthshaker round, killing all those Celestians, almost potentially turned the game around there. But, oh, just look at the aesthetics. Like a jam roly-poly full of ladies and machines. Anyway, let's move on to the last game of the evening. Okay, last game, and we have got a 3 versus 3 on Vandian Coast. Playing as the Tout, we've got Velociraptor, we've got AG-91 as the Tout, and we've got Shi-Ji as the Space Marines. Opposing team, we have got Eliminator as the Tout, we've got Scoots as the Imperial Guard, and we've got the Kez as the Necrons. You see, again, the Necrons on the team. Are they going to be able to contribute? Who really knows in the grand scheme of things? But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually done a cast on this map, ever. Which is interesting. Got critical locations on either side of this croissant-styled kind of river. Well, if croissant was flat. Slag deposits on either side. And these frontal army bases, but not a big map at all. Plenty of chance for mischief. Like, speaking of mischief, we've got a Gauss turret being placed down here, although the Basilisk seem to have lost their desire. Are you just saying hello? Oh, you're going to go in for that decap. Then bringing some more Basilisk over. Okay, fair enough. That's one way to make someone not want to be happy. Going to rebuild their Gauss turret down there, which is an ideal place for it. But some Vespids coming out might be able to potentially stop that Gauss turret from happening. Over on the northern side, we do have some Space Marines. We'll see a command squad who's going to go for a priest, as is his want and need. Guardsmen doing their usual capping. Infantry command been placed down here. Nice little place for it as well. Overlooking the strategic point and the critical location. Down this side, it does look like that the Vespids have denied that Gauss turret, but it would have been really nice to sit it there. Just let it gradually kill these things. But no, Basilisk being used in the most aggressive manner humanly possible. Vespids now going to come out and see if they could be just as aggressive themselves. Go and see what targets they can go for. They found the Necron base. And what are you going to bash? You've got your destabilization. Oh, we've got 2. Why have you got 2? How have you got 2? Oh, you've got... You have got 2 Tau players, that's why. Right, okay. I'm not going mad, boys and girls. I'm not seeing double. But double destabilization to be a real problem for the Necrons here. Tau Commander also going to come over. We'll need some support. Yeah, double Tau Commander, that's quite a force to deal with, even if it was just them on their own. Oh, on this side, the Imperial Guard are giving the Space Marines a little bit of pause for concern. Eliminator with his Tau Commander. There's lots of Tau in this game. Very confusing. We'll call these guys Northern Tau, these guys Southern Tau. My own mental well-being. Double Tech Priest Engine Seers coming round to see if they can give this Necron tier technology a bit of a stroke. make it feel good about itself. But the Obelisk goes down. The Vespids really going to be really difficult for the Necron player to take on. But in saying that, he's now just reduced one squad down to almost squad wipe there. So maybe my worry was unfounded. Tech Priest Engine Seers doing what they can to make sure that that Tower Commander isn't on the firing line. Space Marines have now walked all the way over into Eliminator's base. That's a lot of Space Marines. The Commander very low on health. Now only a cycle left in their ranks. Will try and run away. But being shot at with the pistol, the Force Commander. Yeah, Northern Tau really struggling. Fire Warrior team looking to see if he can get some space in between the Space Marines. Space in between the Space Marines. I like that. And yeah, the Space Marines, you know, they're quite polite. They'll give them that space because they've got the numerical advantage. No matter how strong your pulse rifles are, if there's only 4 of you against like 16 Marines, not going to do all that well. Got Tower Commander over in the distance. Just chilling out, minding his own business. Vesper's jumping around this conglomerate of Necrons, getting their revenge. The Necron Lord trying to keep these Tau commanders at a distance, doing the traditional screening the Necron Lord's doing. Now, will he go for a solar pulse? That's the question. You gotta have been there, man. You gotta have been there. Look at him go. Almost getting that Tau commander down. Not quite there. We'll survive for another day. Over on this side, double Vespids keeping at it. First time there's been 4 plasma generators for the Necron player, which we normally see quite early on in the game, but for the sheer amount of harassment going on, it's just a surprise that they've managed it. And these Space Marines, you've gone... Oh, have you just... Oh, you've came back down to defend. So you've not elected for the base trade, which is fair enough. And to be fair, with no anti-building weaponry, it will take you a while to do that base trade. It's always a risk, and some players aren't keen on risks. This Necro trying to hide in the corner, waiting for their teleport to be up. In fact, is a summoning core being online? Nope, the Necron Lord has gone down. Interesting, interesting. Vespid's not leaving these Builder Scabs alone. Tower Commander also doing what he does best. So yeah, at the moment, we're doing alright from the Imperial Guard's perspective. They've got into their tier 2s, they've got their Mechanized Command out, going to get some more Basilisks, because it worked so well last time, why not continue? Tower player over here, he's going for his Path to Enlightenment, so he's got options. I imagine Devilfish Troop Carriers would be a winning strategy here, considering that... Well, I mean, what? You've got your Vespids, which are still alive, I think. They could detect infantry, or detect infiltration. The only other thing would be Pathfinders, and they're quite squishy. Space Marines have got their Servo Skulls, but they're just a pain, because then you can't attach your Force Commander to your squads if there's a Servo Skull in there. Do have a backline of Fire Warriors. Orange and yellow, keeping it mellow. On this northern side, we do have the Vespid Stingwings, damaging the economy of the Northern Tau here. No one currently building up that Path to Enlightenment as Eliminator's Tau Commander just tries to come along and see if he can kill some models. Space Marines now turn their attention back to the northern side of the map here. The Path to Enlightenment for the Middle Tau soon to be built. Forbidden Archive for the Necrons, still in that tier 1 there. I've not really had time to do anything other than pump out Necron Warriors and go for their Summoning Core. Or not go for their Summoning Core, go for their Forbidden Archive. There we go. What are you going to... What artifacts? Phase Shifter. Always useful to shift the phase. Force Commander leading the charge. Basilisks giving these Space Marines a bit of a scare. In fact, actually, a genuine scare. They've lost their morale. Fair enough. But actually, this map is ideal for artillery, because considering the size of it, I imagine the Basilisks probably have a good firing arc. Yeah, they do. Look at that. So, might need some Barracudas from the tower to be able to take those Basilisks offline. But that also does give the Necron player a space to not have to worry so much about taking up too quick. Because if their Imperial Guard ally is bringing the Basilisks out, then they've got that additional DPS to assist. So don't need to go too high-tech too quickly. Necron Lord not giving up on this Tower Commander. And now with his phase shift, he should be able to stay alive for a lot longer. Especially if he gets that phylactery out. But I think phylactery is tier 2. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on anything. Tau now pushing into the middle Tau, giving him a taste of his own medicine. John Cena beam has popped down. Necron Lord, the stricken from the record. Space Marines moving through the middle. They don't mind that. They're going to reposition themselves on the other side and then begin opening fire on the Necrons. Do you have your... Yep, you've got your Summoning Core out now. But not going to go for that tier 2. Got invisible stealth suits. Oh, of course, you don't need Barracudas. You can just get these guys infiltrated. Fusion blasters and then shoot these boys up. Fared Basilisk there. And once they've been spotted, real issue for them. So it's really hard to say who's got the advantage at the moment. In fact, we can find out the advantage by looking at the economies. That would help. 56 and 20, 44 and 20, and 44 and 10 compared to 56 and 30, 62 and 79, and 30% and 80. So actually, Imperial Guard doing alright, considering that they've got a lot of plasma. In fact, they've got all 6 of their plasma generators up. In these maps where you've got a limited amount of blue money to play with, vehicle-based compositions are quite valid, considering that vehicles tend to cost less in the way of requisition and more in the way of power. And realistically, you don't have a cap on the amount of power that you can generate, as long as you've got unlimited amounts of HQs and stuff. Yeah, Basilisks getting a few kills in, but Force Commander getting some good strikes in there as well, pushing all those Fire Warriors backwards. We see a vehicle beacon for Eliminator as the Space Marines push all the way over onto this side with assistance from Velociraptor. We've been stunned, or not stunned necessarily, but snared. I've been thrown back. Anything coming out of the vehicle beacon at the moment? Not quite. Ah, there we go, a Barracuda. Basilisk continuing to fire over on this side. Stealth suit team landing in front of Necron Warriors, probably not where they wanted to be. Necron Lord being rebuilt, remanufactured in the Soul Forge. Tier 2 now on the way for the Kez. And the Tau Fire Warriors chilling out on this little island over here. But unable to really... But actually, probably being on that small plateau is probably not doing them any favours, considering all that Basilisk fire, which is really actually just doing a decent amount of help. And someone drops. Cool. And... well, that was anticlimactic. Okay, well, no worries. I mean, to be fair, in all honesty, I think that this triple Basilisk situation going on here, unless they counted it, which it didn't look like they were able to, considering that there's heavy bottle turrets. Actually, that's just really aesthetically pleasing. Got 2 listing purse, both upgraded. Heavy bottle turrets, 1, 2, 3 Basilisks. And that, yeah, pretty. I like it. Cool, well, anyway, thank you to the Kez for sending these games in. If you want to take part in games like this or anything like that, there's discords to both my Discord... there's links to my Discord and the UK Soulstorm Discord in the description below. There's also Patreon, where if you want to support the channel, you get £1... Oh, sorry, you don't get £1, you get 1 extra game a week if you pay £1 a month. You also get voting privileges for the next themed game. Anyway, mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chop. I will see you in a bit. Peace.